Hi, welcome to week 4 of the October Art Journal Adventure prompt, and this is our last prompt card for the month, and I'm super excited about this one. I saved it for last. I really wanted to think about this a lot, and I hope that you do too. I hope that you take this one seriously and really think about this and make a great page with it. So it's the writing prompt, and it's called I Love Me. Make a list of at least 5 things you really love about yourself. This is hard to do. I mean, it was hard for me, you know, but it's so important. And I don't think that in general we do it enough. And so I really want you to take a minute to think about you and what is great about you and what you love about you, so you can focus on that and really just love yourself. It's important. So as you can see, I have a different journal here today because my other journal is now full. I decided that I was going to use a different journal just to show you other options and to show you how, how it's similar and different from the previous one that I used. The last one I used had watercolor paper in it, and the reason I gave it to you is because it works great. You don't have to gesso it if you're going to do a watercolor technique or things like that. And it works with all different kinds of mediums really, really well. But I really also love this journal. This is a Diane Reevely Dilutions journal. This is I think it's like 5x7 or 5x8. You can see I've already been using it. It is a used journal, but I decided not to start with a new one because why not? We can start with anything. We can work with anything. I've got a million journals, and I could have picked a brand new one. But I want to use this one, and I want to show you as we go along how I can take pages that, I started even a really long time ago. And some of these, I mean, they have pictures already in them, but like, look at, they're just scribbles. Like I was playing maybe with a new material or a medium that I had, or, making swatches. I have there's a color wheel in the beginning, swatching on black, so I colored black gesso here. I'm getting off topic, but I just want to show you, here's a swatch page that's really pretty. I just want to show you that you can use any kind of journal that you want. So I'm going to start with a fresh page for this one because of what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to use this new page, but definitely in the future I'll be using some pages that I've already started. I had an idea of what I wanted to do for this layout, and so I'm just going to start with a fresh page. Hold on, let's see, is this really the first fresh page? I think it is. Yeah, ooh, I love that stencil. You guys remember that one? Okay. All right, here we go. So, I love me. 5 things, at least 5 things you really love about yourself. So I got this out. I thought this might be fun to use in some way. And I have some of my favorite colors of ink to use with them. So we'll see. For this, I just really was like, what do I love? What's my favorite? I want to use my stencil, and I want to use it with some spray because I really want to see how it works with sprays. And I picked some of my favorite colors of spray. So I have a couple different shades of pink or fuchsia, which of course is my favorite. And then I have this Tibetan teal, which from Lindy's Stamp Gang. Yeah, this is probably my favorite teal in the world. It's amazing, and it has a shimmer to it after it dries that is outstanding. This is my second bottle, by the way, because I love it so much. And then I have this Seth Apter. It's called Gold Mine. It's just a really awesome gold spray, and I love putting gold on here. So that's what I have to use, and we're just going to get started. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to start with some pink. So I'm going to do first some light pink. This is Rose Quartz Shimmer Spray. We did get a shimmer spray in one of our old kits. I think I'm just doing this half a page too. We'll see. Oh, thank you. Yes, okay, thank you. I thought she wasn't going to spray for me. This is another shimmer spray. It's Funky Fuchsia. And I kind of just have to have a little bit of fuchsia in here, so why not? I was going to start, oh, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, you're not going to do it. Okay, we'll use that in a different way. I'm a little sad. This one is a flat color. There's no shimmer in it, but it's gorgeous. So there we go. All right, and then let's just smush it so we get the other side. That's a fun technique. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. Okay, love it. And then I do want to do again, I'm going to overlap, because why not? And I'm going to do turquoise at the bottom, this Tibetan teal, sorry, not turquoise. And I'm going to do this at the bottom and kind of let it go up the middle a little bit, and I'm going to squish it again. OMG, and look at the purple that's happening in the middle. I was hoping for that. Ooh, I love this so much. This is totally me. And I could do both sides of the page, and I've got a positive and a negative. How amazing is that? All right. Okay, these are dry now, but can we just appreciate how amazing this is? I love the staining on that side. Oh my gosh, it never gets old, and I am always in love with it. Okay, so we're going to move on. And I think I will just use both pages now that these are done. I love this pattern. I don't even mind that it's not perfectly crisp. You know, it's more crisp on this side, which is interesting to me than it is on this side. But I love it. I love the flow of the pattern and the overall look of how it all kind of works together. Really fantastic. I'm so in love with this stencil. I hope you're enjoying it as well. Yeah, we're definitely going to add some gold splatter first. Okay, I shook this up as best I could. I'm going to just splatter the heck out of this thing because having little bits of gold here and there is just going to make me so happy. Ooh, that's a good one. And then I'm going to write over it. I think that's, I was trying to decide, do I want splatter underneath or do I want it at the end? But I definitely want it underneath. And I like these big splotches that I'm getting. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to dry this layer and then move on. Okay, so now this is dry, and if I can just show you the splatters in here, can you see? Look at the shimmer. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. No matter what kind of metallic colors you like, I know not everyone loves gold, but the silver, the copper, all of these work the same way in the Seth Apter line. They're very shimmery and they're very just kind of amazing. So whatever metallic you like in that, I would recommend having it just for stuff like this because it's super fun to use and really, really shimmery and pretty. So, all right, so then I'm thinking, okay, now it's time to make my list. I've got an interesting, fun background. I've got some letters here. These were from a previous month's kit, and I lost my E. Let's fix that, get it back on my board. So, whoops, what's happening? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I got to think about, I'm going to try to do like a word and then maybe I'll write a little bit underneath about what it means. So first I think I'll do my title. And what I want to do, because this again is very busy and that's how I am, and I really kind of want to use my alphabet here and I want to use these colors. But if I just do the alphabet with these colors on here, you're really not going to see it. So again, we're going to make a shadow or a highlight, I guess, with some white gesso where I want to put my my title and then my things, my list. So I'm going to start with the white heavy gesso again. Okay, and I've got a brush here that is nice and flat and it's fairly stiff, okay, and generally I like to use that. Now I am just going to take a little bit here and I'm just going to wipe it across, okay. We're just trying to lighten this area, not necessarily get rid of it altogether. Another way you can do this is to put it on your like a palette or on your glass top or whatever you're working on, your Teflon top, whatever kind of protective surface you have on your workspace if you do, and then just dab it off and then get a lighter coat. But you definitely want to work with a dry brush if you can. That helps you get just this nice wash. Okay, so it's not covering it completely, it's just allowing whatever you're going to put on top of it to be more prominent and in focus. Okay, so now we're going to let that dry while we get our letters ready. Okay, so I've got my my stamping board here, And this, I want my title to say, I love me, okay? Yeah, that's what I want it to say. Okay, so I'm just gonna put them where I want them to be on this on the pages, and then pick them up with my platform. I love these letters because they're outlined, so you can leave them outlined or you can color them in, and it gives you a lot of flexibility. Let's see. Get my E back here. All right, so I'll do I love first, and then I'm going to put me on this side. All right. Oops. I messed it up. Okay. I'm going to pick them up, and then I'm going to use the Uptown. I think that will be a good color against that pinkish purple backdrop. And then line it up, and there we go. Very cool. I might color them in. I might not. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I really like the way that looks. Okay, then we're just gonna wipe them down so they're cleaned up for next time. Okay. All right, and I already need the E, so I'm going to leave that there and then get the M and just do the same color. This is my title, and we'll do me right here. Yay, and I love that the letters aren't perfect, just like me. Okay. So now what I'm thinking is I'm going to do the same process where I'm going to write my words. And then I will use just a writing pen or whatever underneath to kind of write a little bit about what it means. So I'm going to start with the heavy gesso again. Just pick up a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Can you see? Really almost nothing. And my first one is going to go right about here. And I really just feel like I'm going to do this just for the word. And then the other part can be just written in black over top of this background. It'll be okay. Whoops, I dipped it way too deep in there. That's okay. Let's see what we get. And I'm going to kind of, I think I'm going to like stagger them. So maybe I'll just do 2 actually on this side. Okay, think about the placement where you want your words to be. And then I'll do 3 on this side. So 1 here. Okay, and then 1 here. And 1 right here. I think that should be good. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just to make sure there's enough room to write my word. I'm going to use the stamps, I think, so I want to make sure there's enough space. Okay, that looks good to me. I'm going to leave this out and dry in case I need to use more of it. I don't want that brush to be wet until it's time to clean it fully. Okay, so everything is dry and ready to go. So now I'm going to start building my words. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put the word creative. And these are in no particular order. They're all equally important to me, and things that I feel identify me, who I am, and what I'm proud of, and what I really like about myself, which is the point, right? So I need to use that E twice, and unfortunately we only get one of each letter in this set. That's the only drawback of this set, really, in my opinion. But that's okay. We will work around it. So I've got my creative there. And I think I'm going to do it in, I think I'm going to do them all in this darker purple. I really love this green, but I don't know if it's going to show up as well as I would like it to. So we're just going to work with Glam, because, hello, it's gorgeous, and that name is amazing. So I'm going to move this over a tiny bit because I want to make sure I have room for that other E that I'm going to have to add. Oh, baby. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm already in love with this page. It's so good. Surprise, 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 seeing as how it's all the things that I love, right? All right. So it's going to take a bit. I will fast forward me putting letters back so you don't have to watch through all of this, but I think it's important just to take the time to do this for sure. Okay. So after this first one, I promise I'll fast forward through the rest of my words. So you don't have to watch me pick them all and stamp them down. I think you know how to do that for sure. But I'll definitely talk about each word and why I chose it. Okay, so now I have all of my words here, and I'm going to write a little bit under each one. And this is really going to be my page. I love the background, and I love how I'm highlighting each word, and it has a title. And I don't think it needs more than that. This is, you know, the purpose of this practice is to really think about who you are and what you're proud of about yourself and what you like about yourself or even love about yourself. And then how do you represent that in, you know, in the way that represents you the most. And this really, to me, is like all the things that I love, right? So anyway, my words are creative, mom, empath, teacher, and silly. And so I'll explain them a little bit just to give you an idea of maybe, you know, when you're thinking about this for yourself, you're like, oh, what do I say? So creative, of course, I think that goes without, doesn't need a lot of explanation. I love that I'm a creative person and that I get to play with all these art supplies and I get to hang out with you guys and I get to share that with the world. I'm really grateful and thankful that this is who I am and this is what I get to do. It literally lights a fire inside of me. And I can't imagine loving anything else personally as much as I do this, just for me and for, you know, for what I do for myself. Being creative and playing with art supplies and making art and doing all this is literally what lights my soul on fire. And so that's that. Mom, I went back and forth with this one because, and I actually wrote good mom on my card. I wrote on the back of my card, so I could, you know, think about my words. And this is supposed to be about me, but honestly, I put this here because the most important, even over being creative, the most important job or thing that I am and what I feel like represents who I am is being a good mom. It's the most important job I have in my whole life. And even before I was ever pregnant, I knew that if and when I was able to have a child, that I would take it very seriously as far as making sure I'm doing the best things I can for my baby, you know, because he's my whole entire world. And I even took classes when I was pregnant in college to learn about child development and how babies' brains work and how I can help him develop and all of that. So anyway, I chose mom because it is so important to me. It's the most important thing I do, and I love it so much. It actually kind of makes me want to cry right now. I love being Henry's mom. It's my favorite thing, even more than art, and you guys know how much I love art. So I'm super grateful for that. So anyway, that's why I chose mom, and I'm going to stop crying. And then the next thing is empath, and this kind of goes along with that. If you don't know what an empath is a person that is very sensitive, and generally speaking, sensitive to other people's emotions. Like you can pick up what other people are feeling or even maybe thinking, depending on how developed your empathic abilities are. But I'm definitely a super sensitive and empath, and I really love that about myself because I can feel what other people feel and are going through, and it helps me to empathize. That's kind of where that word comes from. Even if I haven't been through their experience, I can feel how they feel, and I can understand from my own experiences, how that is for them, and I can try to help or relate or just offer a hug or, anything, or an ear to listen. And that's something else that's really important to me. So I chose that word. And then teacher. I'm a teacher. I love to teach. Anyone that knows me knows this. And I have been told by people that I'm a good teacher, so I appreciate that a lot. It's really, really important to me because, honestly, I love teaching because I get so excited about the art and all the things that I just want everyone to know about it. And I just want everyone to feel the way I feel when I'm doing this, because it's amazing, and it's like, it's the most amazing thing ever. And if I can help other people feel that way, well, then why wouldn't I do that? So that's why I love teaching, because I love helping other people find their spark, whatever it is. I live in the creative world, and so that's kind of where I'm a teacher, but I've taught in other areas too, and it's just seeing that light bulb go off and having people really feel like they're making progress in something because of something you're doing to help them, is also really important to me and is amazing. It feels so good when you can give back in that way. So I love being a teacher. And silly. I'm silly and fun and playful, and I try to keep things lighthearted as much as possible. So that's another part of me that's that I think is important for all these other things too. So they kind of all work together, and they definitely blend into each other quite a bit. So these are my words. So I'm just going to write a little blurb about each of them, and maybe a sentence or two about why I chose it or what it means to me or what I love about it. And that will be my page. So I'm just going to take a minute to do that, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so here I have finished my writing prompt, I love me. I love that this is a double spread, and I have a title, and I've done the words with the alphabet set that we have, and I've just written a little bit about each of these on my page. So I'll show you a little bit closer of what I have here. You could even do like little bullets in the front, if you had a fun little shape or something, that might be fun. You can embellish your title even more if you want. I really love the way this turned out. I love all the colors and the style and everything. It really does represent me in a nutshell here. So I am really, really looking forward to your I Love Me pages. I hope you spend some time on this and really think about all the qualities of yourself that you love, and share them with us in the group. I can't wait. Thank you so much for being with me today, and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.